Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. Here's some ideas about boatloads of entertainment media. Some serious, others not so much. Generally only spoilers for whatever's currently featured, and a bit of vague references to other things in a shared universe. Now with all of that out of the way, here we go. This sort of angel statue is most likely a key component in casting that spell which makes small caves safe for people living in Hyrule's Zelda 1 found section. It getting absconded with before these events is why such dwellings are typically demon-packed far north of Spectacle Rock. Related, monsters don't attack until Link goes off-road because they have had far too many bad experiences going near towns and getting totally wrecked by fire-wielding villagers in these parts. The wise man in each village must be who wards off the monsters from every visited civilization center. They can only teach Captain Fancy Pantsless one not evil repelling spell they personally know, because that other kind of safety guaranteeing deal involves standing still almost forever in order to work. This red candle is different than the previous adventure found one because it dispels darkness magic rather than simply illuminating immediate surroundings hoopla. Hence why Link can't get a cheap store-bought ocean-colored flame to tide himself over until he finds an ancient magical one like he did last game. Sir Skirted Sinslayer having to place crystals into the palaces rather than getting them out must be because this particular world-saving dude incarnation already proved his ultimate courage by beating Ganon. Basically, instead of taking a hero test, he's setting up the one for whoever comes next. It must be what all of his historical variants do before they retire from being the people's champion. Unlike last time's Labyrinth Whatsits, there are different locks made for the palace temple's doors because, as holy places, they are actually important enough to want to stop randos from raiding them easily after a quick shopping trip. From Link's perspective, pressing downward to stab refers to holding his sword in such a way that he doesn't puncture his own groin. The Stalfos in this game might have died from doing that last exact maneuver improperly. Said Fatality Fencers favor the move now in their endless undead state because it's what they lost their life trying to learn, so might as well go nuts with it. Extra life doll deals are actually magical artifacts Mr. usually doesn't have RPG stats can toss when he's in danger that'll return him to an area's beginning. They must activate upon getting charged with kinetic energy built up from the throw. Also, such thingies may only work for folks who regularly reincarnate, as sort of a hack for their supernatural automated process malarkey. Link doesn't have his old raft anymore because he gave it away to some individuals who wish to move away from this mystical horror-infested land. Such simple seafaring stuff so rare at this point in time because it's hidden away by royal army folks so the aforementioned evil minions don't steal it and spread too far out into other nations. From Lionel Lasher's perspective, pressing up to stab is contorting his body in such a way that his upward momentum gets increased enough to send the build-up force into the enemy's precious brain bits. These folks truly have very interesting lingo. Deadly magic rising not affiliated with any enemies named after their real-life equivalent, bubbles, are the result of unwiz-robed minions attempting a spell to make more lava by converting water. They don't really understand how magic works or what the aforementioned volcanic junk is made of, so everything winds up all sucky. The kidnapped child must have dropped this magic enhancer that he was tasked with bringing back to his town's local sage. These somewhat upgraded hover boots must only be able to function above water that's sufficiently full of mystical energy, like places where a fairy fountain used to be or some such. This flute produces a different tone that wards off some demons instead of the ever-so-popular warping one because it's constructed from an alternative magical material. Say, perhaps some recycled silver arrow parts? This creatively named spell must be some whatever that makes a currently held great desire happen, like hiding this town from not others saving interested people. It can also undo itself, as seen when revealing the masterful unlocking tool these folks wish to keep away from Ganon's forces. Exploring Three Eye Rock Palace is so reliant upon the magic key's existence because those quirky Kasutans didn't have enough metal to make an adequate amount of regular door deciphering doodads. A certain super uniquely labeled sorcery sample also made this trap loop pit thingy. Link seals off the temples after finishing business there so they are protected for the rest of his life from pig devil worshipper raids. Mostly because he's worried there might be enough of his blood near the slain guardian to actually revive that recently brought up nemesis they so adore. The old man who remained is presently camped out at the edge of town that's all bridge near because he's been slowly trying to evacuate himself. These apparently infantile fire-spewing birds whose presence helps guide visitor challengers to their thunderous parent boss elder what-have-you's location must be lined up as a sort of salute prayer tribute kind of thing. The aged one who makes Shadow Summon must be a phantom of that normal version's previous incarnation. Only the mutant pork body was around in Zelda 1 because Sol Gerudo Male was revived from ashes of a Dark World found corpse following his ALTTP slaying. This Lizalfos Dinalfos fence community must have been established for the sake of preventing those lovely Gorons from moving back into these mountains and assisting anybody who opposes their beloved master. Also, somewhat depressingly, this pseudo-fortress must have been originally built by Hylians for the kept-away rock species, so they'd have extra protection against a re-resurrected Volvagia. Sleeping Ancestor Zelda is important enough to wake with a Triforce wish because the current one didn't inherit any Hylia stealing power, since an actual perishing must occur before it gets passed on. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.